What's going on, folks? On the other side, NXT just went off the air, and your favorite duo, the bad guy and the captain, and we're here to review NXT. So much to go on. We see you in the chat already, and yes, Shawn Michaels did drop the ball, but hey, that's your GOAT, not mine. Y'all had a chance to be a Bret Hart fan, but you blew it. But we're going to talk NXT after the intro. Hey, beautiful people, and thank you for watching Unpopular Review, the NXT 2.0. Oh, we don't say 2.0 anymore, huh? NXT review show. I'm the bad guy. She's the Captain Shaykespeare, and we're here to talk some NXT. We see you guys in the chat. Hey, what did you guys think about NXT? It was an interesting show. I thought it was a pretty solid show. I didn't know until later in the week last week that it was already taped, so I stayed away from spoilers. Didn't know anything really going into it, and I mean, it was a fun show. It was a lot of fun matches. There was a lot of filler, but still there was some good quality wrestling and a lot of stories that advanced. So I'm talking a lot. Captain, what did you think?
I mean, I thought it was a pretty good episode. I don't think it was like some crazy standout episode, but it was definitely good. Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of the same. Like, I really tried to stay away from spoilers outside of just knowing about Dragunov, but that was really hard to avoid because it was literally, they were posting everywhere. It was so hard to avoid that. But yeah.
We have a new rule, and I was immediately ready to rip that apart. You know, I do want to sit here and say real quick, I do appreciate that you guys have come up with some kind of name for Sawyer, right? And I was thinking like, hey, the Japan community is taken. I was thinking of a name. Why don't y'all come up with some creative? Like, I would have said the Sawyer Circle. I think that's really creative. Wouldn't you think that's, you don't think that's good? Back to the drawing board. All right. There you go. Wow. Just grow. Just grow. Yes.
At the top of the episode, what I want to do is last week I said we needed to do a draft for each title member. So I actually put a little spin on it. So what I wanted to do was every week until the end of the next year, we will draft 2 people onto our teams. Our people. And by the end of the year, whichever most of our people have the most titles, we win a prize. I don't know what the prize is, but it will be a prize. Or maybe it's just bragging rights. Yeah, I'm doing that. Yeah.
No, I want a prize in this. I want something. Listen, when I come out here, I want something. I don't care if it's a flower. I don't care if it's another collect. I have a Blastoise, by the way. I just want to throw it out here. Maybe it's something. Yes, I have a lot of Pokemon. Don't ask. But I want something for this. So what is the rules? Because I want to make sure. Because you did mention that last.
We can't have the same 2 people. Like we can't have the same people on our team. So like whoever takes someone, like it's too bad they took that person. You have to just go to your next. If I pick your second, you got to move on to your third.
I don't like being told what to do. This is kind of like really.
Anyways.
Yes, but carry on. They want to hear us to talk NXT and not yell. We're gonna talk NXT. I'm gonna have another segment with Booking with Jack because I heard it was very successful and the ratings were going big time because I'm a great booker and I read a book once. So we're gonna open up with this right here. We had Melo and Solo. They both come in. Melo was upset because he's like, oh, what's all this? I don't need you. He didn't sound like that. I made him sound like one of them guys in the bodega stores in the Bronx. But he was just upset. Like, why are you here? Why are you here? Like, what are you doing here? And Shawn Michaels, y'all go. See, this is y'all go. See, I loved how the internet turned on him. But let me carry on. Then you can take the floor. Yeah, I've never trusted him. Never trusted him. Never. What? Oh, because he found God. What is that? Oh, look, he found something. You know what? When Shawn Michaels came on the TV, can I show you how I felt? This is. I think I have something here. Unbelievable. But anyway, he tells Solo, like, you wasn't even in the match. You wasn't sanctioned to be in the match. So, you know, you wasn't even voted to be in there. So you had to give up the title. But he said, appreciate everything. Because that's what they do. That's like, you know, when they fire you from a job, hey, we appreciate milking the hell out of you for all this time. But hey, good luck in the streets. So he pretty much, Solo said, I told you got next. Now, Melo put his hands out like, yes, now give me the belt. Michaels, that dried up raisin, sat here and said, didn't his voice sound weird to you? Like, it sounded like, I don't know. You know, like when you try to start a car and it's been in the wintertime for so long, it's like, whatever. I can't do it, but it sounded pretty muffled. And listen, I'm not being biased here with Shawn Michaels. I know everyone thinks it's just I don't like him because what he did to Brett for so many years. It's not true. But what he did is he should have gave the belt to Carmelo because Carmelo had no business in this match. That Solo wasn't in the match. But you're going to be in a – I'm not sure if they said he was going to be in the qualifier, but he said there was going to be 4 other guys, and they're going to compete in a ladder match at Halloween Havoc for the North American Championship. But Melo's like, all right. But Melo didn't like it. Captain, what did you think about this?
Well, first of all, stop being a hater. Like, you just love hating on Shawn. It's anyways. Also, don't you shake your head. So I feel like the reasoning for that happening had more to do with they wanted to be able to get the photo up of Roman sitting there with all the titles and then having his guys behind him with the titles for the Logan Paul match. I know this sounds crazy, but I feel like they think so deeply into it. They were like, put the title on him real quick so we can look really cool when Roman does his little conference where they're all standing there because they got the little photos. You know, I really think that's the only reason they put the title on him for that short amount of time. So I'm like, you know, give Shawn a little bit of a break. You know, he's working with what he gets. Okay. And honestly, everything he said was factual. Like, who does Solo think he is? He can just go in and out wherever he pleases just because you run with Roman. Like, you really have to chill out. Chill out because, like, you just think you could just show up and just, you weren't one of the choices, which makes no sense to me. They should have just made it open so we could have voted whoever, but you were not one of the choices. So, I mean, like, you just, no. So, yeah, that's it. That's how I feel about that match. Well, not that match, but, like, the decision of it. And I feel like Carmelo should have just had it given back to him, to be honest. He should never have lost it.
Shawn Michaels is losing it at this point. You know, but once again, I never trusted him. So, you know, all eggs on all you guys. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. What else do we got in the? Well, we got Jeffrey said he's Samoan, so I guess that's what it means. He can just go anywhere because he's Samoan. Well, that makes sense because I went into a store the other day and they just told me I couldn't go in, so I just said okay. I guess that's what it was. But let's talk about this opener. I thought this was a really good. Why are you staring at me like that?
Why do you say these things?
I shouldn't. Because people look forward to seeing what comes out of my mouth and see what kind of weird. Oh, stop that. Grow up. Huh? Come on. Don't do that. You know what? The show's over, everybody in the chat. This was a nice show. She ruined it. But let's talk about this opener. I thought it was a really good opener. Are you laughing? No, it's a nice smile. Show your smile. They love that. But Axiom against Nathan Fraser. Is it? It's not Axiom. How you say it?
Why would you say his name like that?
I try to say it.
Axiom.
I try to say it so fast so that no one can pick up what I said. I say it fast. Like if I say a name wrong, I say it fast. And when people say "huh," I say "huh." You know what? Okay, so you know what? Who's this Walter guy? Boo Jack. I don't like to hate. Don't boo me. Do not boo me. Because I'm speaking facts.
Boo.
Don't boo me. I don't appreciate it. Yes, that was the name. That's how I saw it. That's exactly how I saw it. Because it was like that. So if I were to put like Sin Cara cosplayer, you guys would have said, no, what's his name? Hey, I'm trying it. Jeffrey's actually been getting on my nerve lately. He showed what kind of person he is, and I can't wait to show what he did late in the night. Because I got something for you, Jeffrey, you drum boy. I see you. But how do you say his name? So I could get this right.
Axiom.
Axiom. I see. I know I messed that up. My pronunciation. I had speech. Cut me some slack. But the superhero guy goes against Nathan Frazier. The superhero is 1-0. See, is that better? All right. Is that better? Yeah. Yes, H-Man. Jeffrey is a traitor.
At this point, just say the A-Kid. Like, just that's where I'm at. Don't even call it this anymore.
First off, this is my moment to talk. How dare you take over? I thought we were going to do this, and you just did that. Hashtag Shade the Shrinker. But yes, A-Kid and Nathan Frazier. It was a really good match. This was fun. It was quick. And I love the urgency, right? And, I'm not going to, once again, don't go for move to move. It was a lot of speed stuff. It looked like somehow Dragon Ball. But there's this spot towards the end I really liked that, and you could tell, like, Nathan is trained by Seth Rollins because, they all do the, like, superplex off the turnbuckle and then do, like, another move, like another suplex or something like that. So he hits that, and then he hits the Phoenix splash. And I just love the urgency because when he did it, it was almost like, oh, I got to go run it. Because, a lot of times people take their time, go for the move. I love the urgency. Like, I have to get this win because he was already down. He lost in the first encounter, and he had to win this match. And I guess the next encounter is going to be at Halloween Havoc because I don't see them. Now, maybe they do it because we're almost towards the end of September, right? So why is she? What was that? But so I'm sitting there thinking maybe Halloween Havoc they have a last encounter. But Cap, what did you think about this match? Floor is yours.
I mean, I really enjoyed it, just like I enjoyed their first match. I would say for me personally, I like the first match a little bit more. But I mean, they both are really good, so it's like choosing from good and good. So, I knew that Nathan was gonna win. I mean, he had to. They always do this. It's like when they have these best of 3 or whatever, it's always going to be back and forth. It's never going to just be a straight clean sweep. It's very not likely that it's ever a clean sweep with these type of matches. So I was expecting for Nathan to get the win, and I think they're going to make him a tag team. I really do. I don't know why, but I do.
Yeah. Cool. It's the best follow-up I got. I mean, and they are a tag team. In all seriousness, I guess that would be pretty cool because they kind of complement each other because their styles are so similar in a lot of ways. Matter of fact, when I was writing, because like I said, it was hard to really keep up with all these moves. Matter of fact, there was a period where I was sitting there saying, why are they fighting? Because I didn't see anything going on. Like, why is it like, was this a backstage thing? And I think it was Wade because Wade is smart, unlike other guy. And he mentioned that Frazier asked for this. So I didn't know that. I was really impressed. I was like, oh, so there is a story behind this. I didn't know that. But it was a good match. I thought it was a good opener. And that's how you open the show. That's how you open the show. And the third one, I mean, I think they're going to go all out now. I think they're going to go out. The first one was like the test. This one is like the run back or run them up. What? Not run them up. What is it? Like you run it back.
The rubber band match.
Yeah, the rubber band match. There we go. Good job. And the third one is going to be, I think it's going to be a really good. Get the hell out of here, fly. I don't know how these flies be getting in here. I tell people, stop leaving the door open. But you want to talk about this segment with Damian Kemp?
Yes. You just find a way to like say the name, not how it's supposed to be said at all. It's Damon Salvatore. You said Damien. You thinking about Damian Priest? I knew you were a Judgment Day fan. I knew it.
I am a fan. I'm so sorry. You're absolutely right. I love that they always lose. I'm such a fan of their losing.
Finn's literally on a streak. You liar.
Who's a liar?
Tonight. 1, 2, 3.
How many weeks ago was this?
Didn't he just do that again at I will never get rid of that clip.
No, almost.
Who's this Walter guy? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Who's this Walter? Walter.
So what I wanted to say was I found it very funny that Damon found some way, in the subtlest way that not even many people picked up on, to make an AEW joke. It was pretty funny.
Can you elaborate on it?
Well, okay, so he was talking about how he was gonna fight either Julius or Brutus, and he was like, if I have to fight one in the ring and another in the locker room, I'll do it. I was like, you're trying to be funny. You're trying to be funny, and I like it. But I guess he's gonna be facing. Well, we already know who he's gonna be facing next week, but right now we're all confused. Who is it? Ivy Niles, maybe?
I'm just naturally confused.
What did you think of this segment?
You know, it kind of, when he was talking about this master plan, right? This street level like plan, right? I kind of, you know what it kind of gave me, like, not vibes, but it made me think about, you remember when, I don't know if you was watching TNA still at this time, but when Aces and Ace was like forming, and then Bully Ray was like, yeah, I had them hit me, but then I had everyone fooled because no one, and like I had everyone, I forgot what it was. It was pretty much, I had everyone fooled because everyone thought I was trying to help Hogan and his daughter. Meanwhile, he was always a part of the plan, and him saying these things like, yeah, Roddy didn't take the money. And I feel so bad because I've been calling Sad Rod sad for all this time, and Sad Rod was really trying to protect his boys. He didn't want the money. Probably should have took it, but he didn't take the money. I would have took it. But then he takes the money. Tony fails. Then he just says, you know what? I had to just do it myself. Sad Rod. The saddest of the rods. Or Roderick Strong, who's not looking so strong right now because we have Bad Fish. Like I said, I know for a fact that Bad Fish, a.k.a. Bobby Fish, took out Roderick Strong. And that's my theory, and no one can make me change. And not an Austin theory, just a theory. What else do we got here, Captain?
So next we have Toxic Attraction versus Tatum.
Oh! Sorry.
So we have Toxic Attraction versus Tatum and Ivy Niles. Tatum has kind of like taken on this. It's not even a character. It's just like she's dressing like she's like emo, like you know, with the hood down all the way, like very AJ Styles-esque. And then she has like the face guard. I'm a little bit, because she's usually not wrestling on NXT a lot. More times she's on like Level Up. Did she injure her nose by chance?
I was gonna ask you that, actually.
I have no idea. So we're gonna assume she did. So she has the mask on. I mean, I feel like she needs a more like, because I don't even know what her character is. I don't know what she is.
Right.
I don't know what she's doing aside from, I guess, getting on Ivy's nerves. But like, that's not a gimmick. That's not a character. You go.
He's H-Man is pointing out that her nose was broken and she's still injured. Because I was gonna say, I do remember her. I know that her and Ivy were doing like a tag team thing, and then one week I just saw her with a nose mask, and I was saying, what happened here? So yeah, I get what you're saying. There's not a character. The only thing I got out of her is no, neither do you. I don't think we both. I'm just so tired of their like what was that movie? Oh, God, I like references and I don't got. It's gonna hit me, and when it doesn't matter. It was like Coyote Ugly music. That's what it is. Like when I hear it, I just get a headache. Like I just had a headache today. I remember just thinking like, damn. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Is this Coyote Ugly slander?
You watch a lot of bad stuff, and you know I'm starting. Listen, you're talking to a man of class. I've seen a lot of movies once. I just don't think you know what you're talking about. That's it. Like, did you like Coyote Ugly?
I did. Can't Fight the Moonlight.
Oh.
You. Can't Fight the Moonlight had a grip on society. What are you talking about?
I'm just putting Coyote Ugly on the list. Thank you. Go ahead. What was the next segment? There was dust in there.
So Toxic Attraction wins, obviously. Ivy Niles annoyed. Julius tweets cracked me up because he literally was like, I don't give a damn about nobody else but Ivy. Like, why did you retweet the video and say that? Like, Julius is actually really hilarious on Twitter, and I wish more people gave him credit for the funny things that he does. So now we have Joe Gacy and DS. We're calling them DS because we have no time.
Yeah, I know. That's just a long name. Yeah. The Dias.
Amazing, fantastic, never been done before, outstanding, gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Black Queen.
Yeah, so they're out and they're calling out Idris and Malik.
I love them. I didn't mean to cut you off. No, I do. You know what? Finish. I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize.
No, you didn't. I wasn't saying anything. I was
okay, great. Now I can talk some more. Here we go. The bad guy loves these guys. These guys are tremendous. Shout out to H-Man because he tagged us on an Instagram post that they did. It was really funny. I watched it back. I loved the little bit that him and where did she go? Where'd she go? She just disappeared. She became Casper? What happened? But they had this funny thing with Elliot. It was really great. It was funny because he's obviously talking in a sexual tone. These boys are like, what is happening here? I just thought that they were funny. And when I saw them, I yelled. I was very happy. I was disappointed of the result. I think these boys deserve more. I just think they need a manager. Let me tell you something, boys. If you need someone to talk for you, I'm your guy because all I do is talk. I'm loud. I could help out. You agree to that, Captain? I see you shake your head. You agree to that. Put me on NXT. Just don't put me in the parking lot because I can't really fend for myself. I scraped my knee the other day, and I have not been the same since. What did you think about this?
I mean, actually, I really enjoyed it. The dyad, they actually pulled out this move that was I don't know if you remember the one where he kind of like stepped on his back and then it was like kind of like a Canadian destroyer.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty freaking cool. And I've always loved this group. Like, I've always felt like, I'm sorry, I'm going to bring it back, GYV. I always felt like they were so talented. And what I love about them is they have something that a lot of wrestlers don't, is versatility. They really can do it all. They're willing to try different things. And then they always deliver in the ring. Like, they're perfect. I love them. So, yeah, they win. I'm very happy they won. But I was sad also because I do love Idris and Malik.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to say, because you did say something, and I felt like I wanted to say something, because I myself, too, like GYV, and I think a lot of people didn't like them because they felt they didn't have a character. I always said when we were doing the show, I said, they just seemed like the kind of guys that come into Starbucks and their order was wrong and they were yelling. I liked them. So I didn't think they needed to change, but I do agree that, because as a wrestler, you just want to have, some people get so comfortable in that one role and that one gimmick and stuff, and like don't want to do anything. And when you can change and kind of make it, because I mean, this is not. I don't know how to make of it. It's not like this is something I really, really love. I don't want to sit here and say that about what Joe Gacy and these guys are doing. But I sit here and say, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. The Tide. I love I should just replace people because I see in one. I want you guys to know, I know we're not clicking, but we see you guys. Jeffrey said I should replace Vic Joseph. Yeah. But apparently George says, apparently everyone should just replace him.
No one can replace Vic Joseph, but
oh, that's all he does.
I wouldn't say no. Not gonna. I wouldn't say no to the offer. Yes, thank you. I love exactly. I'm like, why did they even change like their characters in general? Because I feel like they were such easy. Like they got heat so easily just from their entrance alone. So I don't know, but you know,
they would come out. They had the mic in the phone. I mean, the mic in the phone. They had the microphone in the hand and sitting there already angry. I dig them. I dig them. I thought they were really good. I love how everyone's saying we should replace people because look at this. You should replace Barrett. Apparently, I should replace Corey Graves. I mean, that man's making his money. I mean, he's on like every show. Good for him. BadGuy, what is this? Why are you dissing Bret Hart with that one gimmick? Bret Hart had many gimmicks. How dare you? There was Bret Hart. H-Man, you're not doing beautiful things here. Let me tell you something. Bret Hart had many gimmicks. He was the Hitman, right? He was in WCW, so he was kind of the angry man. And now we have angry old Bret. So, like, I don't know what you're talking about. There's versatility here. Have you not listened to Bret when he gave him a live mic? How dare you sit here and act like he's one dimension? This is disgusting. How dare you? I can't wait to do my booking with Jack, but let's do one more and then I'll do my booking with Jack because it's going to be a triple threat. It's going to be fun.
All right, so we have Wendy Chu versus Cora Jade.
Oh,
I love Cora Jade's entrance music. It's so good. I just love hearing it. Like if we could just have her just enter, just make your entrance for 2 hours, I would just listen to it. It's so good. It's a star-making music entrance sound. I'm telling you. She just has it. I love Cora. I love Wendy as well, though. But I knew Cora was definitely going to get this win, especially after that whole Roxanne and Mako, package that played right before. I was like, okay, I don't think they're going to have her lose directly after that because clearly there's a built-in storyline there still.
I mean, everything you said, I mean, there's nothing really more to dig into because I agree. I didn't see her losing. You know, Wendy had a little bit of momentum because she won that, Lights Out match. And we also got to include that with her losing because, right, Cora got to stay strong because she's going to give, when they have that rematch, Roxanne's winning. Like, Roxanne's going to win, especially after she had that match with, what's her name? I'm sorry, I forgot her name. Mako. There we go, Mako. And, she even mentioned how it made her tougher. And I think they're going to have a match next week, Cora and Mako, right? Because I did talk about a match, no? Was it not next week? I thought they were talking about a match, upcoming match, so I apologize. But I do want to say right after that, they did have a Lash Legend showed up and boot the hell out of Wendy, so it looked like that's the next feud for Wendy Chu.
I love that. I love Lash Legend. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping she gets the positive end of the stick in this feud, personally. But I really do like Wendy. Like, it's just, I really do like Lash as well. I can't even explain it because it's more about stats. I feel like Wendy has more big wins under her belt than Lash. And I want Lash to kind of get up there. So that's my reasoning. But I love Wendy.
Lash could be someone who, like, I saw this picture. I didn't upload it, but they were talking about, and matter of fact, I could say it real quick. Did I? Yeah, I did download it. But they had like an NXT 6. I don't know who this person is. If I tell you what she's wearing and stuff, I think you have an idea. But they had Braun Breaker.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, you saw that, right? Yeah.
They snuck in Kiana James.
Yeah.
For no reason, they snuck in Kiana.
I thought that was weird. Yeah.
Look at the reply right under. They said, "Did I sneak her in?" Yes.
They actually said that?
Yeah.
That's funny.
But I think definitely the person in Kiana's position would be Cora, personally.
No, I agree to that. Because I think Tiffany was kind of making the time, like, by the time she was coming up, I could see why they would say that. Mandy. Because, like, when I look at, like, Braun, Carmelo, Mandy, and Solo, I'm like, right, I could see that. And then the other, well, like you said, the other one, wasn't it Kiana James?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I wouldn't have thought that. But my point of saying all that is saying maybe Lash is going to be the next batch, like the next come up. Because, like, they kept mentioning how a lot of these guys just a year ago, they were no names. The Braun, the Carmelo, the Grayson, all these guys with no names, and even when they kept saying now they're veterans, I was like, if you don't shut the hell up, But I think Lash. I mean, she still got some growing to do, but she can be. My point is, she could be that next batch of people. Like how like NXT, and I'm talking about like back in the day, like there was these guys, but then when these guys were called up, then these guys were like next in line. I'm just saying because I know you're a big fan of Lash. Maybe that could be her. Maybe that could be her. That could possibly be her, but there's a lot of other talent that's ahead of her. So she would just have to really tighten up because she got the character down. I think in ring, I don't see enough of it, but I know like when I listen to people, a lot of people, and you've been more complimentary about her in ring work, saying you can see the growth and you can see that, and you have a good eye. Because I was listening to something not that long ago, and I was like, damn, Shay actually said that. So that was a really good call. So maybe she can be that next batch is what I was trying to say. If that all makes sense, if I word that all correctly. Why do you even highlight that? Like, why do you do that?
No, because I want to put a face on it. I want people to see it and just see this is what lies looks like. Just lying, just to say it. If it was a no name, you wouldn't be saying his name right now.
And that's what you get when you piss off Captain. We're on a roll. What else do we got here? You know what? You guys are gonna get us commercial free. So we're just gonna sit here and move along, because you guys are great. But I do want to sit here and say I don't know what platform you guys are watching this on. But if you're watching us on Facebook, we appreciate that. If you're watching us on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. If you're watching, you can't watch us on Instagram, right? I don't think that's how that works. If you're watching it on Twitter, we say thank you. Twitch, we appreciate that. Subscribe to us. There's so much content here on Unpopular View. I always brag about how great this brand is because we talk wrestling and wrestling is cool and it's great, but hey, man, I would love for you guys to talk some entertainment, and there's entertainment, there's some gaming. Yesterday I talked Sonic Frontiers with two great guys. I look forward to that game. I'm going to do a live stream. It's going to be great. You guys should join me that November. I'm going to be lost, I'm going to be cursing, and I'm going to be talking Sonic. There's going to be entertainment, and we're going to plug a lot of other shows towards the end. So, Captain, we talked about Cora Jade. She got the big win. Mm-hmm. What do we have next?
Next, we have Carmelo Hayes making his way to the ring with Trick Williams, and he's rightfully very upset. And he's kind of like just airing his grievances. He's saying that everyone involved should be fired, which I agree. It was wrong.
I loved how he had that power to do that. Because he literally said who rung the bell, who played the music, who was the ref. I love that power. I love the control. Good. That's the future right there.
Yeah. So he's speaking his piece, and then Andre Chase comes out with Bodie and Thea Hale. Like, read the room, honestly. Like, sometimes is not the time for you to pop up. This was not the time. So he comes out and he's like, oh my God, this was a teachable moment. Now, Carmelo tried very hard to make sure he did not speak these words, but the man was persistent. I'll tell you that much. It was funny though. And honestly, I can see when Andre Chase goes up to the main roster, he will fit. You know what role he fits into? He's very between R-Truth and also The Miz. That's a good position to be in. That's longevity.
I would say more R-Truth. And once again, that is longevity. Like Miz, I guess when I hear Miz, I think about the career, like Continental, world titles, all that stuff. And even just being, and you said this on a show previously, where it's like, hey, wrestling have varieties. Like, everyone's not going to be that main eventer. Like, it's okay if look how long R-Truth have had this job. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, him going to the main roster and him being like a character where he's, he's backstage and he does something funny. And I could see, I don't see him being called up, but if that was a thing, I could see him on that line as well.
Well, eventually he is going to be called up. That's everyone. Everyone's going to be called up at some point. It just, some will be sooner than others. But so they end up having a match, and honestly, I'm at the point where Bodie has to show me something. other than being, Andre Chase student. Because outside of that, he doesn't have a character. If they were to strip Andre from him completely today, he would have nothing. He would have no gimmick. He would have no thing to move forward. So I just need Bodhi to start. Even Thea has already kind of gone past Bodhi in terms of building a character, building her own pathway outside of Chase U. So I need Bodhi to kind of pick it up, because right now it's just, and even the shorts, simple black shorts, stop playing with me. Get a color scheme. I'm done.
There was a small spot, right? So the way his attire, it's interesting you mentioned that. There's a spot where he has, I think it's Trick. He has him in a torture rack, right? Mm-hmm. And when he said, "Oh, look, he got the torture rack," and I look, because it's a move that hasn't been done in I don't know how many years. I feel like you don't see that anymore, right? But when he did it, he sort of looked like Lex Luger. Like when he had him up and stuff like that, I said, "No way!" I said, "Oh my God!" But I was surprised that Andre Chase got the win. I was surprised, and maybe not so much the win, right? Him pinning Melo, and it's funny how on Twitter, how everyone's like, 2 weeks in a row, 2 weeks in a row, what's going on here? And obviously Melo's going to be fine. Melo has been so well protected. He's going to be fine. But I was relatively surprised on him. They're going to need to tone down the caffeine. On who? Who's drinking caffeine? Oh, you're talking about Andre Chase? Oh, I thought he was going to have an answer. But I was surprised that Melo was the one who ate the pin. But Melo's going to be all right, because he's the A champion. And I loved, can I throw this out here real quick? This is what I love about Melo. He pointed out because fools didn't vote for him to be the NXT Superstar of the Year. They missed that. They voted, oh, look, I could do a push-up Braun. Who cares? Tootie. What's the next segment?
I just also want to say that I think it was purposeful that Carmelo took that pin. I think that now they're kind of going into a Carmelo's doubting himself thing after the Solo loss. So I felt like, okay, I see where they're going. They're going to make him kind of have a downward spiral of, doubting himself, and that's going to lead to something. I can see that happening. But let's move on.
What we have?
We have Briggs and Jensen being hallway bullies. I didn't even like how they approached Gallus. Can I touch on this a bit? Why are you I didn't like how they came up oh, what are you doing here? First and foremost, who are you? You own the building? Oh, okay. I don't oh, we thought you would have left. What are you still doing here? You own the court. I didn't like that. And, I'm a big Briggs and Jensen supporter. But, calm yourself. Acting like hall monitors right now. I'm not like that. Gallus was really minding their business on their APA business. Leave them alone.
I've been saying it for a long time, and I hope you people have been listening. Undeserving. Here's another one. Gross. I don't need to read you the definitions. There's a such thing as a dictionary if you want to look at it. These guys were gross. They sat here with their smelly country shoes. It came off really like you're on the wrong side of town, boy. I didn't like that. These guys were minding their business. They were having some drinks. And you know what? Melo should win. How about that? If I'm booking that, Melo wins. I want that to be an end game. Yes, Melo beats Braun. Braun disintegrates into some other universe. I don't know why I said disintegrate. I've been watching a lot of Looney Tunes. Yes.
So it's very odd to me that you like Carmelo so much, because everyone always says that Carmelo is kind of like a mini Shawn Michaels. And you just have no. And you have all this disdain for Shawn, but you like his little mini me. That's how I know you're really a Shawn Michaels fan.
I've never heard any such thing. And I'm on the internet all the time. I've never heard that. I've actually, I see what you did there. You think you made a fast pitch, but you know what? I played baseball and I smacked that ball out the stadium. You know what makes Melo so different from HB Old? Huh? Did he screw a Canadian? Did he go out his way and do some slime ball stuff? I don't see the comparison. How dare you? How dare you? It doesn't make sense, Jeffrey, if that's even your real name. What was the next segment? Now I'm mad. Now I'm mad.
Okay.
Oh, you think you're so funny.
So now we have.
Say it. Say it.
We have Senga
Gross.
versus Von Wagner. Stop it.
Where is it? Nope. Hold on. There.
I love that idea.
Don't do that. Don't do that to the great, fantastic. Hold on. Wait. Real quick, and then you can have the floor. Then I won't talk anymore. So let me tell you guys a little something, right? So I'm new to Twitter and whatnot, right? Every now and then I tweet something and whatnot. And I thought this guy was my friend. I've sat here and said, this is my best friend. I commend his drum work, which is actually really good. I kid you not. I can't sit here. I would never badmouth it. You guys got to follow him on Instagram. He has great drum work. He's tremendous. He's great. But this guy, look at this guy. He think he made a funny. Look at this guy. Hey, Shayna Sawyer, I got $5. What? Oh, $5 days? Oh, I guess he was trying to say $5 that Senga beats Von Wagner. And he laughed. He tagged me in there because he thought he was a comedian. This guy thought he was Eddie Murphy. Raw. 1980. But then you know what happened. The great Von Wagner, who showed up with all his might.
You're lying.
Don't do that. We said we had an agreement that we'll let people talk, and you broke it. You broke your oath. How dare you, Thanos? And I want you to know Thanos lost at the end, like how you are losing right now.
This is a certified hood classic.
You know what? I have something for you. You know what? This is what Shayna's doing right now. This is what Sawyer's doing.
I love messing things up.
Yes, you do. You have messed up my what I was going to say, but Jeffrey thought he was funny. He tagged in Sawyer, and now they have to watch as the fantastic Von Wagner. He won.
You're lying.
Just take the fucking floor, Sawyer. Just take the goddamn floor.
So, I'm sorry. This match it was what it was. I won't be mean. But Vaughn wins. Unfortunately. I knew Vaughn was going to win, unfortunately. But, it is what it is. Shout out to you, Senga. Rapper turned Senga. I don't know what this leads for Vaughn, but it does not lead to a title, I'll tell you that much.
What Von Wagner's getting ready to do is join the Avengers, and they're going to beat King the Conqueror. You wait and see. There's great things going on for Von Wagner. I'm never going to turn. When things get good for Von Wagner, there's not going to be enough room in the Von ban, which sounds very dangerous, and I should not get no Von ban. But there's not enough room in this championship run. I email you.
Okay.
I stay winning.
Okay. So we're going to talk about the next match. And then after that, right before the main event, if you want to do your battle off.
What the hell is that?
What do you call it? Stop.
I see, when you say it like that, now I feel guilty. It's called, it wasn't a classic. It really wasn't. Matter of fact, I won't say who, but someone wrote me and said, why did they get the two most boring people and to have a match? And I agree. It wasn't any. It was pretty much, you ever saw King Kong and Godzilla? You see how slow they move? And you just hear a lot of roar and a lot of like places, the whole world is shaking because it's just too much mass there. Lucky win. Ha! You were just mad. And I want my $5. Matter of fact, now I want interest. Now I want $80. That's how much interest I want. Matter of fact,
You're lying.
because Sawyer's making it worse, $300. I want money because I won. What did I do? You know what? Go ahead. I feel like I turned the page on the wrong thing. But go ahead. What was the next thing? And then we could do a commercial and booking with Jack.
So slow that the match almost barely happened. So yeah, now the next match we have the debuting. Well, I don't know if it's debuting, like who that? The debuting Oro Mensah. I love him. I love his vibe. I love his attitude. Yeah. So I've always liked him because he was in the UK as well. So he's going up against Grayson Waller. Honestly, I don't know. I was very up in the air because I feel like Grayson is kind of due for a big win, and like he's just been taking a lot of L's, like in the big when it counts. Not even like for little matches, but the big count match. If you really look at every when it counts match, he's always lost. So I'm just like, we need to stop just letting Grayson take pins for the sake of him taking pins, and he needs to start racking up some important wins. That's it. Huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's put it back up.
Period.
We appreciate exactly.
that. So yeah, we have Oro versus Grayson. I enjoyed the match. I thought it wasn't like some outrageous match that I'm just gonna be like telling my kids the next 300 years. If I'm alive that long, I'll be like, you know.
how many? Oh, hold on. How many years? You said 300?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the match for what it was. Now, where I got silly was Apollo and this. So you're telling me, see, this is where it becomes goofy to me, and I don't like it. You're telling me that because he raped his eye almost 3 weeks ago, his eye just profusely bleeds from now on, forever, always, just because.
Well, you don't know. I mean, you know, I think Grayson might have had something to kind of do with it, but you don't ever know because he's probably walking the deep streets of Florida, and maybe that have something to do with it. Grayson might have did something to kind of, you know, a little scratch, but that could be coming from Florida, and he just feel like this is all Grayson's fault.
I want your honest opinions about this bloody eye right now.
First off, we can't. You know how I feel when I see my guy. You can't just do it like that when we see Apollo. Let's do this.
Say it.
Oh shit, Apollo Crews.
Katrina's.
Oh shit, it's Apollo!
Oh shit, it's Apollo! I'm so glad to see Apollo. So I'm indifferent. Like I don't really. It's not like you know how you just broke it down, right? You're very disrespectful. How dare you? You're like, you know, very disrespectful. I like how my faves. You guys are not on board with none of my faves, but anything Sawyer says, it's just like, yeah, it's right. What am I doing wrong here? Am I not saying the right things here? Am I not making none of you guys happy? Huh? This is why I do poetry.
You're lying.
You're not sneaky. You're not clever. And I can't believe you did that to me. Well, actually, I can because you've done it 10 times to me tonight. Maybe like 20 times. Yeah. Oh, you're not clever. But I can understand how you're saying it's silly, but I'm so indifferent with it where I'm just like, I guess that's just going to be the story for him, why he has something against Grayson. You made my eye bleed. I lost my vision. Now you're going to pay for it. This match, you know, whatever. You know, I want to say something to you, George, but I like you, George, so I won't say nothing. And also, too, you're uncreative. Like, if I was coming up with a group for the Sawyer fans, I would say something creative. The community word was taken, and then you take. It's like, you know what you got to remind me of? It's like, you know how the Bullet Club think they're so original? Like, they think they're so original. But the NWO, they're just, you know.
Whoa.
What?
Calm yourself.
Oh, please. Okay, in the chat, Does anyone still think the Bullet Club is relevant in this time? Who's the leader anyway? Who is it? Isn't it? Who's it? Is it Hornswoggle? I think it's Hornswoggle. Is it Hornswoggle? I forget. Who is it? Someone correct me. Does anybody, who's the leader of the Bullet Club?
You know who the leader of the Bullet Club is.
Never heard of him. So what was the next segment?
Well, Jeffrey, he would have to have had a character for him to have a new character. That's how I feel. I'm so sorry. That's how I feel. Like, that's not him.
Apollo Crews is amazing.
Oh, now you've started an epidemic for no reason. Jay White is definitely the leader of the Bullet Club. Jay White is definitely the leader.
What did I do?
You started something.
Well, because I'm a trendsetter. That's what I do. Trend-setting Jack, hashtag that. Ha ha ha. What was next, Sawyer?
What you mean? What is next?
You have been leading us.
Wins because of an interference from Apollo. It's time for your thing.
All right, let's do this booking with Jack. And listen, everybody, I know that you guys have loved last week when I did Nicki Minaj against Little Kim. So I wanted to change it up, and I wanted to get what? You just hopped in.
Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. What do you mean, Little Kim?
I just know Little Kim was there. I'm sorry. I have bad memory. You have to forgive me. I have tremendously bad memory. Lil Kim was in there. She interfered. So I sat there and I said, I want to do something different. I said, you know what? I want to test myself. So I said, I'm going to book a triple threat match. And I'm going to do it with the three favorites in the chat. I sat there and said, we're going to have H-Man, who's going to be known as Hurt Man, going against Sweater Time George and Drumtastic Jeffrey. So this is going to be a match. It's going to be tremendous. And I'm going to be there on commentary. So off rip, because, you know, Jeffrey and George are haters. They're jumping H-Man, who's a tremendous athlete. But H-Man, he's a technical wrestler. So he's able to dodge everything. He's skilled. He's sitting there just throwing people and dodging leg moves. But George, how dare you interrupt me? But George is the powerhouse. He's just throwing people. And he threw Jeffrey in the crowd. But Jeffrey, he's a high flyer. So as he throws him over the ropes, he does like a 619 get in the ring. But once again, they're just hating on H-Man. I can't take it anymore, so I get up and I run at medium speed because I just had Chipotle, just so I could help out my man H-Man. But then I hear a tiny voice that tells me to sit down, and I can't believe it. I'm like, who the hell's telling me to sit down? And then it's no other than Sawyer, who gets into my face, and I say, look, I need you to move. So she hit me with a Shea DDT, and I'm laid out. But I'm Kryptonian, so I'm going to not sell that move. So I get up, and I go in the ring, and I help H-Man gets the win. I could go into this deep dialogue of everything, but H-Man wins. So we hit a powerful 3D, so powerful on George. He goes through the ring. Jeffrey's all alone. We hit our finishing move. It's called You Just Lost. That's the name of the finisher. You lose. And Jeffrey eats the pin. And H-Man wins. And for no apparent reason, Sawyer hits me with a powerbomb. I don't even know how she gets all this strength, but that's how I would do booking a triple threat. Next week, I might do Big Bird against Barney and a steel cage match if this gets any better. And look at George. Look how happy he is. I got Sawyer's back. Look at that. Yeah, Shea DT. That's the name of our move. It's Shea DT. That's right.
Oh my God, I like that. It's like DT. Like,
well, yeah. Well, that's the finisher I gave you in 2K. Right after Goldberg hit you with a jackhammer. I tried to stop him. I don't know why she does a powerbomb. Yeah, she has a powerbomb. See, H-Man loved my book. Yes, Jeffrey, you got pinned because you tried to cheat. You tried to use your drum set, but I was too quick. I hit a Van Daminator, and then you was laid out. And then H-Man hit a frog splash, and then you tapped out to his armbar. So that's what happened. And Sawyer didn't like it and powerbombed. I don't know why I got powerbombed, but I got powerbombed.
You deserved it.
Jerk.
All right. So now we have Tyler Bate versus Jd Mcdonough.
You said it wrong.
No, I didn't.
It's box head.
So anyways, so we have them wrestling. And obviously whoever wins is probably going to be able to get that chance at, Braun. Braun comes out. So cute. We love that. Charity, we love all that. That's so cute. And he just looks so happy. Like, so yeah, Braun is out, and I don't know. I didn't know how this match would go, to be honest. Like, I was nervous. But I think the right person won for right now. And I think that this might end up being a triple threat. And if this ends up being a triple threat, I may pass out. Actually, with the addition of Dragunov, this could be a fatal four-way. And my God, this fatal four-way would literally blow the roof off any building.
You said a fatal four-way, right? So I just want to ask. So you said Dragunov, JD, Braun. Who's the fourth?
Tyler.
Oh, you saying put him in there still?
Yeah, I'm saying
he lost.
He's completely out of. No, it's fine, but I just don't think he's completely out of it, like the picture. I just don't feel like he's completely out of the picture for me personally.
I think that match would actually be really, really fun. You know, I was laughing a little bit because I just feel like it's just like if you're from NXT UK, just go after Braun. And I get it. He's the champion, so I understand it. I get that. This was a good match. I thought it was slow at first. And matter of fact, even when I was watching, I said, oh, this is probably just going to be no, like what are we doing here? Like, okay. Yeah. And watch me like get the win. And then you sit here and say, oh, you're so
my
great.
God. You're so right. Thank you, George. Yes. So Alba Fire, she was basically declaring that she, wants to go after Mandy Rose. Can I ask the chat actually, do you think that Alba will be the one to take this title off of Mandy? Like, I don't know. I'm really stumped.
It's actually kind of looking like that, right? Like, I feel like the thing with Toxic Attraction, like they really have done everything. I mean, they even like kind of going floating between NXT and kind of the main roster. I mean, when was the last time they were on the main roster? I feel like, or was that just a one-off because they were taken out of the tournament? Because I know they had that match on, I think, Raw or something like that, Raw SmackDown.
I think it was SmackDown. I think it was against Raquel and Aaliyah, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They went for the tag title.
Might have been Natalia and Sonya. It's one of those two teams. But yeah, I feel like they've done everything they could. It's almost feeling stale now. Like, Mandy has to lose just for because it's just feeling stale at this point. Like, we just need something so drastically new because we've had Mandy for how many days? It's been a lot of days. Like, I'm so damn girl, you did that.
Honestly, she's close to breaking, I guess, Oscar's record. Is it Oscar or Shayna? I forget which one holds the record.
I think it's
Shayna too. I think Oscar was just undefeated for so long. That's what makes me think that. But it might be Shayna. Yeah, I think it is Shayna because I think she held it for almost 2 years, like a year or two. Not 2 years, but a year or something like that, some change. I agree with that. I just think it's so stale right now with Toxic Attraction. I think that Roxy, I believe, one guy put, I see you in the chat, Walter, that you think Cora. My biggest thing is only because she's a heel now. And I think now you want to give it to the underdog babyface, so I could see Roxanne. There was a few. I mean, we did a list one time about who did we think could do it. Now, Elba could totally do it. Part of me goes well, she already had a shot. She probably would lose at Halloween Havoc. That's to show she won the title. Absolutely, she did win at Halloween Havoc, but it wouldn't be on the same day. But you know what I think? I think they kind of want to go for. I think she's close to the record. I don't know how close she is. But I almost feel like they want to get her as close to as possible to make you think she's never going to lose it. But yeah, I think it's time. I'm over it. I mean, she's had a run and did a good job too. I mean, she did such a great job. I mean, what was it? Heat Wave. I feel like we said this before. Heat Wave. We thought it was always time, and it wasn't. So I like the idea of hey, she's going to lose and she doesn't. So do I see Elba? It's kind of yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I just think it definitely has to be a baby face. I mean, the title's been on a heel for literally a whole year. So I think we need a little bit of baby face to touch the NXT Women's title for a little bit.
Thank you, Jeffrey, point out 300 and counting. It's a good job. I mean, 300 and counting. God, I didn't think she would hold it. And it's funny when I think about like she's not like a polished wrestler. I think she does pretty well. 100 days, Gunther, good for him. Good for him. You know,
that was so quick.
Yeah, right. Good for him because there was a lot of concern, but they have been really, really good with Gunther. And I look forward to. Well, I don't know now because it's usually Raw versus SmackDown. Now they're talking about War Games because I was sitting there saying him and Bobby's going to have that would be a fun match. These two going at each other, you know, because they're both champions. But I don't know what the theme is this year at this point. And George wanted to mention that Mandy's getting married, so congratulations to her.
Yes,
so,
congratulations to her. So happy for her.
So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I have no follow up for it. But what we were talking about the main event. It was cool to see Dragunov.
It was. I mean, in ring wise, oh yeah, I messed with Dragunov heavy. Character wise, I can't because what is the character?
He fights. That's really it. He's not. I get that. No, I totally understand. But I'm also a believer of like that variety term when we talk wrestling. Like he's not a guy who's going to be on the mic. He's not going to sit here and say something fancy and it's going to make you go like, "Ooh, he said something fancy." He's the guy who just sits there. He says some words, and hopefully it's enough. And he gets in the ring and he speaks by going in the ring. That's what I get out of him. Like anytime I see him, because there's a lot of wrestlers like that. Cesaro wasn't a really good talker, and I can accept that. But when he was in the ring, I was always intrigued by what, especially if it was a really good opponent that could really, really dance with him. Yeah. So he was someone who he spoke, but he spoke by being in the ring, and I think that's the kind of guy Dragon. I haven't watched a whole lot of him. Cheap plug. Like last year, we reviewed the last Takeover show, and it was him against he was Walter still. And that was a banger of a match. I thought that was such a fun match to review. And it's about get punished. Two of the most stiff workers. JD, you know what kind of vibes he was giving me? He was giving me when he was coming out, right? Because he comes off like a madman, right? He comes out like a madman. But question, did he give you like Rabbit Wolverine vibes a little bit or not? No? Because he comes off kind of wild, like he likes the pain, and I don't know, some of the way he came out and whatnot. But I can see what you mean because it's not the same intensity. But I kind of had a little like vibe off there, like, oh, okay. But
I just don't understand. Like, okay, you're all serious, and you don't take no shit, all this stuff, and you wrestle like like a beast.
Yep.
Why are you coming out doing this? It's enough. We have to call a truce. Because it's an attack on me. So we need to call a truce. And he needs to stop doing this when he comes out. Because it's like, I'm not taking you seriously right now. And just stop.
We got Dragunov thing is that he.
Why? Why not lie on him?
Who? Who's lying on who? What? He's talking about the music.
Not look like Chucky.
Yes, he does. No, he looked like Chucky with a box head. JD, the box sensation. That's what he is. JD, the box sensation. What? It's the truth. He has a box head. Listen, I thought he was gonna cut open Tyler because when he headbutted him, I thought the edges of the box was gonna come.
You're lying.
You know what, Sawyer? No, you're lying, huh? You're mad because I'm telling the truth. The Jack Pack community is coming in strong.
You're lying.
You. Oh, I thought I was going to play again. I was prepared. But the Jack Packers are coming in strong. And
you're lying.
I'm not coming in next week. I'm constantly.
You're lying.
I'm done.
We are so sorry. We are the most unprofessional duo ever. But you guys tune in. We did NXT and we did it all in an hour. You got a booking with Jack. There was actually, yes, H-Man, Jack Pack community is strong. My Jack Packers are great. What? I'm sorry. Go ahead, darling. The floor is yours.
We have to pick our two people.
Oh, okay, I'm going to start. Braun Breaker.
No.
I already raised my hand. I won.
Say you start. That's not how it works. We're doing rock, paper, scissors. You cheater.
I love to cheat.
Okay, let's go. Rock, paper, scissors.
All right. What do you pick?
I
All
didn't
right.
tell you.
All right, go. Okay, all right. Hold on. Wait. No. At the same time, you're messing up. Sawyer, she messed up. Okay, let's do it. No, you did. No, you cheated. You cheated. No, you cheated. No, you cheated. No, I want to recount. Ref.
Ref, you're mad. Take your scissors and go.
This is disgusting.
Anyways, the first choice, Braun Breaker.
No, you heard it. I don't even want to play this game anymore. You know what? No, I don't want to play this game anymore. She cheated. I don't want this game anymore. You know what? No, let's start this again next week before we go on air because you cheated. No, I'm not picking nobody. I don't like anybody. Don't you yell at me. Not in public. It's embarrassing. People think I'm scared of you, and I'm not.
Pick your person. We gotta pick two today.
I don't want to pick anybody. Yeah, see? Look at that. Shay cheated on it. Yes. See that? Thank you. Thank you. See? Thank you. I wanted that to be there. Now I'm sweating.
What happened? Because we were like on the same wavelength in the beginning of this show.
That wave smoothed up and he opened his eyes. He saw how I got robbed, but I am going to pick anyway. So you said pick a champion?
No, just pick anyone that you think will have, pick the people you feel the most like they have a good chance of having a title at the end.
It's only one, right? So I can't pick tag teams, right? I'm saying you
pick anyone that will have a title.
Okay, Roman Reigns.
Can you listen to me? Like, you just say things.
Okay, I'll try.
NXT, because this is NXT. You pick people, and then by the end, whoever of our people that we picked has a title, then we tally up who has the most. This is sick. Oh my God.
Packers are coming in. It's strong. Merch will be coming, but I'm going to pick the Creed brothers. What? I can't pick a team?
No, you can. I was just saying it's interesting. Okay,
well, yes, I am an interesting person. I'm smart.
Okay, well, I picked Carmelo Hayes.
Fuck.
What is wrong with you? I was so confused.
Damn. I'm bad at these things. It's awful. Why couldn't we arm wrestle? I would have won. Maybe.
Okay, now you got to do your second pick.
Damn. This is fucked up. I'm fucking mad. Like, damn, why didn't I think of that? Wasn't prepared for this shit. All right.
Pick your second person.
Damn. All right, let me think. I actually had someone in my head too. Who's gonna be a champion at the end? It's a big shot, but I see Roxanne.
Okay. You see that, right? I'm glad you peeped that. I'm glad you peeped it, Jeffrey, because he's
who? No, listen.
He goes so hard for Bob. I thought he would be pick number one. No, he picked the Creed brothers. That's what he picked.
Yeah, well, me and Vaughn, we're tight friends, but he understands I want to win. Listen, you're supposed to be a Finn Balor fan, and here you're wearing a Seth Rollins shirt. How dare you? See how that sounds? Huh? Hey, everyone in chat, hashtag Shay cheated, hashtag Shay the Shrinker because I was robbed, but I'm going to win this because I'm doing it for my Jackpackers. That's what I do. Hashtag I win, hashtag I email you. And I dropped the pen, and it really just hit me in the leg. Now, with that all said and done, I think after you expose yourself on cheating, because you're cheating on somebody.
No, I'm not.
I'm glad this chat saw it because now I'm losing my voice.
I can't believe this.
No, I'm glad that everyone's George, you're gross and probably like 5'6". I can't take you seriously.
George is tall. Okay.
Well, just because he's 2 inches taller than you don't mean he's tall.
George is, you know what? He's higher than you.
I'm 5'11". I'm a giant. How dare you?
You called Finn short in the same breath, so let's not too much on that. Not too much.
I have a lot much, but you know what? Let's call it a night because people don't want to see us. I see it. Hashtag Shay loses. I love the destruction in the chat because I know you guys. I made her cry, and I love it. Thank you guys. Continue to do it, but let's plug some stuff because we have a lot of great content going on here on Unpopular View. Continue to follow us on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. We have that's Twitch. I can't tell what all these things because there's too much social media stuff going on here. But let's plug in all these things tomorrow. No Shay. You know what? Let's play a quick commercial because we're going to call it a night because I want to plug these guys in. You mind if I do one commercial before?
Yes, yeah.
All right, thank you. I wanted to be sure. Where is? I know it's in here. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Commercial.
So you want to go to best drama on the show. So there's so many to choose from. You go first, Mother. I went first last week. What do you got?
But what show that I think is more popular, right, and is more known because of how long it's been on, it's still going strong today, is Law and Order SVU. And I will challenge you. I don't even watch this shit, but I challenge you to pick a better, more popular show than this show that's still going strong today and has been for over 2 decades.
I'm gonna one of the most popular shows of all time in television. Because you should have went with ER. And I might have said you won this. But you chose SVU. We get tired of seeing these bullshit stories and these sad things. But right here? With Dr. McDreamy? Dr. McSexy? Grey's Anatomy? I seen somebody have the hiccups and almost die. Give me Grey's Anatomy over SVU and all the different renditions they've had. By the way.
And you can catch those lovely gentlemen tomorrow at 11, I believe, at either 6 or 7. Let me see. We have a graphic in here for these folks. I don't believe we do, but continue to follow them anyway. Come tune in tomorrow, 6 p.m. They do they talk. It's a barbershop talk. So they're talking about a little bit of everything from wrestling, football, and then they have these great debates where it's like tomorrow. You get the results. It's supposed to be NBC, I think ABC against NBC, and they're going to do shows against each other. I have no idea. I didn't think anyone watched that show. But, you know, I didn't know that. But they're going to be on tomorrow. There's going to be it's been a long time, but there is going to be an AEW review show tomorrow, right after Dynamite. They're supposed to be out here in Queens. I'll be joining Divine Intervention. So, yes, you're going to be seeing Jack all week. I was on Monday. I'm on Tuesday. I'm on Wednesday. I'm going to be on Thursday. I'm going to be talking She-Hulk with my trio of destiny. It's Cedar Superior, or what I've called Cedar Cheater, and again, and Vic. And we're going to be, I got to get it together. We are going to be reviewing She-Hulk episode 5. There's so much content here. I'm trying to think of anything else wrestling related, anything entertainment wise. I think that's all the reviews. Yeah, those guys are great, aren't they? They're pretty cool. I mean, do you tune in? You should tune in. It's a fun show. AEW review show need real AEW people.
I don't disagree.
Well, you're gonna get me tomorrow, and it's gonna be a great time. I might not be yelling as much, but I'm going to be there and I'm going to deliver because that's what I do. Amazon is completely and utterly jealous of what I have to say. Go ahead.
We did not talk about it. You know what, Jeffrey? We didn't talk about it because I'm tired of hearing it. This man is just angry all the time. He just wants to be like a professional victim. I'm so tired because I'm like, what are you talking about at the end of the day? Like what are you actually talking about? And why are you yelling? He was yelling at us. Yelling. I'm over it. Like, Cameron, I already said
We're tired of it. I was agreeing with you. That was me. I went to sleep when he started talking. That was the. I'm sorry. I must have ruined something. Did I ruin something, Captain?
No.
I love messing things up.
We'd be here all day just trolling each other. Cap, did you want to say any other pieces? Well, What do you want to plug your thing?
Yes, I am a Twitcher. I Twitch. Yes, that's me twitching. Definitely follow. I recently took the S off. The S was a special thing that I put there.
We gotta update that
for my own personal reasons. Because it was Sawyer. It's supposed to be for like 2. But I took the S off, so now it's just Shay Sawyer as it's meant to be. Yeah, so follow and see what happens.
Please give her a follow. It's always a good time. And I mean, any last words? First off, you guys were great. We always yell and we joke with each other, but you guys are great. Make Tuesday nights always super fun. So we want to say thank you guys, and damn, you guys are awesome. And continue to support this brand because there's just so much content going on: wrestling, gaming, entertainment. And once again, thank you guys because sometimes you write us and we appreciate the kind words. So you guys are awesome. And with that said, Captain, any last words before we go home?
Grey's Anatomy is more popular than SVU. I feel like some people get longevity and actual pop culture impact confused. Because they had Oprah losing her mind on her show. I don't know if people remember, but Oprah's kind of a big deal. Remember when Bailey was like, "Vajayjay"? Nobody was saying Vajayjay until Bailey said Vajayjay.
What am I gonna do with her, guys? But she's the best partner I got. I don't even know what she's talking about. What is happening here? With that said, we got real quick. I want to read you guys, Sawyer community. We got love y'all, and you too. Well, appreciate that, Jeffrey. Thank you. If I was booking me versus, I can tell you how that would be. I would sharpshooter the fuck out of you because you wouldn't stand a chance. Oh, because Shay would try to interfere. Okay, I'm glad. Whatever. Anyway, she said her last words. I said my last words too. And I want to sit here and say, damn, she's great. I'm the bad guy. She's the captain. And we say, see you next week, folks. We want to say thank you, folks, for watching. Continue to give us a like, love, and share, and continue to follow Unpopular View on all social media platforms and all the brands from wrestling, entertainment, and gaming. And we say, that's all, folks.